Yeah, obviously, like we say, anytime you win, we're really excited about the win. We talked all week about just going on the road, and it's never easy on the road. And if you expect it to be easy, we've beat Akron. Akron's been down. I think Akron is getting way better. I think they're pretty solid on defense, and I think they do a great job and play really hard over there. And um, I think they're getting better on offense. So really good win from that standpoint. Obviously, the first half defensively, they go on a really nice first drive, and we get a huge stop on the first drive of the game can be completely different. If they score there and get their heads up, and they're coming off a nice win at home, and they're definitely a better football team. But we bat the ball and Trick gets the pick, and it's just it's like Trick gets the pick. It's like what can't Adam Trick do? So, but so it was really good stop, and then offensively disappointing first half. Just a lot of us not executing our offense. They execute their defense better than we execute our offense, and credit to them. And they kept getting stops. Our defense had another good stop down in there where we end up holding them to a field goal, and they missed the field goal. We put together finally a nice drive, and we settled for a field goal, which wasn't awesome, but it was a positive drive. And then we have another chance after a stop, and we turn it over right before the half. So defense and special teams are really, really solid to really good in the first half. Offense, just poor execution on our part. We're good at halftime. Just said, hey, we can move the ball and score points. We got to execute. If we don't execute, we're going to not win this football game. Obviously, we come out and we put together a really nice drive. Our perimeter blocking, Colsey and Cole Weaver in particular, but Lionel did a little bit for us too. Colsey and Weaver particular perimeter blocking was great. We got the ball on the perimeter and got some good runs and throws out there. And then we go on a nice drive and we hit a beautiful over route. Great throw by DQ. Nice route by Colsey. Huge play on the drive. And then we get it down there. And we run a play and Brian Shane makes a play. And I talked about Shane last week, and I'm going to continue to talk about a kid that came here as a walk-on, didn't see the light of day for 4 years, but helped us win many games his first 4 years. Did so many good things that people don't understand. If you have a good organization, there's people that don't get credit that deserve a ton of credit, and he was always one of them. And now, for him to get opportunities this year to play, and he's always been a good player. We've had really good teams here, and it's not always easy to get on the field at Miami. And makes a huge contested catch. He's getting PI'd, sets the ball up on the 1 yard line. We punch it in. And then we come right back with a stop, and we come right back with Cam with a big play, and DQ puts it on him. And again, what we felt like we could have done the first half, now you're up 17-0, bang, bam, and defense continues to get stopped. And then at the end of the day, 2 weeks in a row, we put together a really nice drive late in the game and don't put our defense back on the field. I know Northern, they went back out there, but the game was basically over. And again, we put together a drive, and we could have punched in and won 27-3 and said, okay, well, you road win by 24 points is pretty darn good, especially when it was, we would have outscored them, basically, what it would have been 24-7 in the second half. But we took a knee, and again, that's what we do. It's funny. I was laughing. Everybody does things to help their program win. And some people want to punch in there, and to me, it's always, other than making sure we cover for the home fans, which we're already covering, so it's okay. No reason to make them. They played a hard fought game. We played a hard fought game. We played a really, really great second half and pretty much dominated. Our defense and special teams played great. Obviously, Kellen was great. Dom was great. We had 2 punts inside the 20. We did a lot of really good things on ST again. So a really good team win. Akron's not the best team in our league. We know that, but they're improving, and they were playing good football, and they're pretty stingy on defense. So we're pleased with the victory.
All right. Questions? Chris, you got one?
Yeah, Coach, just the defense has been just absolutely phenomenal the last two games. I guess after the 14-0 lead that Northern Illinois took. But just talk about what the defense has been doing the last 2 weeks to kind of put you guys in really good positions.
Yeah, obviously defending the run tremendously, which we always talk about. If you get a team one dimensional and they can't run in Akron, really couldn't run the ball on us. And Northern, who's a really always been a strong running team, couldn't run the ball on us. So you get teams that more one dimensional, and then obviously when we got the lead in both games, they're even more so one dimensional because now they're chasing some points. Um, and there's still some things in our pass defense we weren't very pleased with at Akron. There's some things in man coverage and in zone coverage, but our coverage is tightening up each week and getting better. But we're not a finished product over there at all. We didn't play two of the better offenses the last, or three of the better offenses the last 3 weeks. So we have bigger challenges ahead of us offensively, and it's starting with Eastern this week because they're much different than the Lindenwood, Akron, and Northern offenses as far as ability to run the ball, throw the ball, and be explosive. So, but we're getting better on that side of the ball, and obviously we've had 3 great weeks in a row defensively. And the main thing is scoring defense, and we've really kept points off the board.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Luke, you got anything?
Yeah, just you had the interception early on, which kind of kick-started your defense, it felt like a little bit, but what was it like defending the passing game? I mean, they threw the ball almost 40 times.
Yeah. No, again, that's where we want to get to. I wish we would have played a little better offensively in the first half and got them chasing points earlier than, we didn't, we couldn't really tee off on them, but stop the run, get a lead, and then make them one dimensional. And when, again, Akron likes to throw the football and they're really good at it, but they want to be balanced like anyone. They don't want to be one dimensional. So when we finally pushed the lead to 17, then we could pin our ears back. But you hit the nail on the head. The first drive, they put together a really nice first drive. They were moving the ball down the field, running pass. And again, they're coming off a really nice win against Central. We're going on, we're coming off a hard fought road win. We're beat to crap. Like they go up 7-0 there, and then we make a play. And it's just, again, how far we've come from UNLV. Just when UNLV started driving, we just were like, they just went right through it. It just seemed like it was hopeless once they started moving the ball. And again, Akron went right through us on the first drive, but we still believe we can make a play, and we make a huge play there. And then the other stop later in the first half that forced the field goal. Again, they had an opportunity to go up 7-0. You get 7-0, it's a different feeling in the stadium at that point. We get the stop, and then they miss the field goal, and it's even a way different feeling. So two really nice drives by Akron in the first half, but our defense coming up with those stops, one with the pick and one with the forced field goal. Even if they come away with three on two nice drives, you're always feeling good when they put together nice drives and only get 3 points. So that was a huge key to the game. That first stop and the first pick.
Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, I'm not sure how it's coming along with Kenny and Ringer and that, but
Yeah, Kenny's done for
your
the
other
year.
backs are
Kenny's done for the year, just so you know. He's unfortunately
oh
re-injured his knee, and unfortunately was off to a phenomenal start and playing great football, and horrendous for the kid. I could not feel any worse for somebody who's worked so hard and had such a nice career for us and was time to shine and be the guy. And then obviously feel terrible for the football team because it's a huge blow for Miami football not to have Kenny Tracy doing all the things at the level he does them. But Ringer's getting closer.
yeah. Well, I was about to ask you how valuable this experience has been for your other backs who've done a pretty good job, especially when you're trying to put the game away.
Yeah, no, I've been very pleased for 2 weeks with Brunson and DeShante, and Tito's coming along too. And again, they were more involved this week. We didn't have to play Shane on third down. We used, and again, they just needed another week of prep and a little more focus on details in our third down offense, which they did a good job of and did a really nice job in the game. And DeShante really did a nice job for a redshirt freshman, and a lot on his plate. Third down offense isn't easy in any level of football, particularly in college with all the exotic looks you get. But Brunson ran the ball hard again, took care of the football. DeShante, when he got his opportunities, ran the ball hard again. And DQ ran the ball hard. So that we very pleased with our guys running the football on Saturday. And like you said, huge experience and now as we're going to need it without Kenny. And then even when we get Ringer back, obviously without Kenny, how many snaps was Kenny playing? So but yeah, those guys have really stepped up, really stepped up. I've been very, very proud of all three. And Tito hasn't really been in there yet, but he's coming. I'm proud of Tito. Like they all really, really are coming, and we need him to, obviously, because we're gonna need him for the rest of the year.
Anybody else got anything? We're good. All right, Coach. I think we're set. Oh,
Mark.
what?
Hey, hi, Coach Tim Bray.
Hey, good to see you, Tim.
How are you, man?
Yeah.
What caught your eye with Adam Trick? I mean, he comes out of what, Dayton Wayne, and
Yeah.
he's got a lot of skills at the high school level, and now is applying it
Yeah.
at a high level now for Miami.
Yeah, and again, Adam played linebacker and tight end in high school, was a phenomenal player. He's one of those guys that pre-portal, when we're all taking less high school kids. We're not necessarily taking less high school kids, but a lot of teams are. So less high school kids are getting taken. We know that the numbers are the numbers. He's one that pre-portal probably ends up getting plucked by a mid-range to low-end Big Ten team. But because the portal, we're getting better high school kids at Miami. We really are, because there's used to be Big Ten players that were getting taken, aren't getting taken. Well, who gets them? We get them, right? And then it's just been great. Like he could play linebacker or tight end for us too. Just we had a need at D end when he got here, and we had good linebackers with Salopek and Ty Wise and some other people. So we just played him out of D end because we want to get Trick on the field. And I even thought about, like, if we can't play him at D end, I got to put him at tight end because he could be a great tight end. Like he's just a phenomenal player. But the idea was to kind of move him back to linebacker when those guys left. But he kind of said, hey, I just want to kind of keep going. I feel like I could take my game to another level this year at the end. And we're like, good. We had other linebackers we liked. Unbelievable kid, unbelievable family. Again, I say when your best player is the hardest working guy in the building, that gives you a great chance to have a really good organization, because a lot of times as you become the guy, you take your foot off the gas because there's not as much competition, where Adam shows up every single day. And he's so focused. He's not a big rah-rah guy. Like he'll say some things every so often, but he's he just head down, hard charging. And he is always working on his game. Like he is never satisfied. So he's been awesome for us, not only as a player, but as a leader. And, like I said, I still think about sometimes flipping him at a tight end a little bit, like, because he can run and catch. Like he's and he'd love it, and he's a person protector on our punt team. He makes all the calls on our punt team. Like, it's like, again, you got your best rush end, and he's willing to go on punt team and do some dirty work on punt team. Like, just means a lot to our whole program.